ready for the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Drehzahl hoch und ab geht's. Attacke. Dramatic start.
Das ist doch Autorennen.
So much action.
Das ist doch geil, oder?
Absolutely glued together. 3 abreast.
Das ist ganz hohe Fahrkunst.
Round the outside and he spins.
It's the second half of the season for the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. We are at the Lausitzring and the sun is shining, 28.3 degrees centigrade. The temperature is rising by the minute. This could not be any more different to 2 weeks ago at the Nürburgring, where it was wet and it was windy and it was cold. Something very, very different here. A very different kind of circuit as well. And we are getting ready for round 5 of the season for Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, races 9 and 10. And it will be race 9 that will be today and race 10 that will take place tomorrow afternoon. The big question on everybody's lips is, what can anybody do about that man, Larry Tenforder? He has got into the habit of winning once again. He has won the last 4 races from pole position, but he will have no such luxury in this race, because after a thrilling qualifying session yesterday, it was Logan Hartog who scored pole position in the Team GP Elite Porsche, and it will be his teammate Larry Tenforder who starts alongside him on the front row. It is an all Team GP Elite front row of the grid. It is an all Allied Racing row 2 of the grid, with Bastian Buus and Harry King lining up alongside each other. So Larry Tenforder, he is the most successful driver in the history of Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. He's won 2 championships. He's the only driver on the grid to have won a championship. He won in 2020. He won again in 2021. It would be a brave man who would bet against him winning again in 2023, because he leads the championship by 51 points from Harry King. That's Harry King's teammate, Bastian Buus. He had a slow start to the season, but he is picking up the pace race by race again. He is currently lining up 3rd on the grid, but he's still looking for his first win of the season. He's had 3 second places, but still looking for that top step. And the arch-rival Team GP Elite lining up in front of them. That is the big challenge for the day. Harry King, who was so impressive. He won on his debut in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany at Spa-Francorchamps back in April. To win in this category is incredibly difficult. To win on debut is almost unheard of, and he did that in the wet conditions at Spa-Francorchamps, and he has continued to score well throughout this season, and that is why he is 2nd in the points. There is Maurice Schuring, who lines up on the 3rd row of the grid in the FAC Autotech car, and he is 5th on the grid. We are getting ready for this, the first race in the second half of the season. The man who is challenging in the rookie standings is Harry Jones, because Theo Overhaus leads the way in the rookie standings with 125 points, but Harry Jones is closing in on him. And Theo Overhaus, well, he had a traumatic time at the Nürburgring 2 weeks ago, and did not score well at all in the second race. He spun out on the last lap and did not score as many points as he might have done. So that lead in the rookie standings is incredibly close. Harry Jones 5 points behind, and Vincent Andronacco, another of the Team Allied drivers, 15 points behind Theo Overhaus in the rookie standings in 3rd place. You can see that the grid is now clearing. You can hear that the engines are now running. Conditions are absolutely perfect here at the Lausitzring. It's hot, it's sunny, there's no risk of any rain today, and tomorrow it's forecast to be even hotter than today. We are at the Lausitzring using the short course. It is a circuit that is 3.478 kilometers around. That equates to about 2.16 miles. 12 turns, 7 to the left and 5 to the right. The drivers are running in an anti-clockwise direction using part of the legendary tri-oval. Of course, this track was built back in 2000 in preparation for the IndyCar race that took place here, and we still use parts of the tri-oval, the pit straight, is part of it, and also out of turn 5 into turn 6 using part of that straight as well, and then onto the infield for the rest of it. The best overtaking opportunity is into turn 1 under the heavy braking as the cars come past the pits. So we're starting the formation lap for this race 9 of the season, that critical lap where it's the opportunity to get heat into the tyres and into the brakes, and also a sighter lap just to find out where the grip is on the track. Let's have a look at the grid. It is Luke Hartog on pole position with Larry Tenforder, an all-team GP elite front row. Larry Tenforder looking for his 29th win in Carrera Cup Germany. Bastian Boos and Harry King line up on row 2. So that's the 1, 2, 3, 4 in the championship. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the grid. Then we have Maurice Schering and Harry Jones on row 3. Row 4 of the grid, Hu van Eindhoven and Vincent Andronako, both real young, talented drivers. Ariel Levy from Israel lines up alongside Ghislain Cordial on row 5. He's looking to put Nürburgring behind him, which was tough. Alex Tauscher and Theo Overhaus, another potent row on row 6, and then on row 7, Sebastian Freimert and Alexander Fack, another Fack Autotech cars. Zoran Spreng, the leading Pro-Am driver, lines up alongside the youngest driver in the field, Janis Stiak. And then on row 9, Yasin Ferrati and Horst Felix Felbermeier have each other for company. On row 10, Jan Seifert and Leon Köhler, who switched across to Proton competition for the rest of this season. Jonas Greif, who's got a new chassis after Nürburgring, lines up alongside Georgi Donchev. And Ahmad Al-Shihab from Q8 lines up alongside Matteo Ferrer-Azar on row 12. Row 13, Mikael Essmann and Tim Stender. And on row 14 of the grid, it's Kai Pfister and Holger Hansson who bring up the rear of the field. So it's a fairly short lap here. The cars have already completed that formation lap, now lining up on the grid, getting it inch perfect. There is confirmation of the point standings. Larry Tenforder in a luxurious position, 51 points ahead of Harry King. Luke Hartog, early leader in the championship at the beginning of the season with 57 points, but it could all change so quickly. Larry Tenforder, well, he can afford a DNF, no one else can, and every point counts for everyone who's chasing him. Who can steal this away from Larry Tenforder? Well, his teammate Luke Hartog is in the best possible position because he is starting on pole position. The grid is now formed up and we await for the man at the back to give us the clearance that everything is all okay. And then we will have 30 minutes of racing ahead of us. So we've got that clearance, and now our eyes turn to the lights. We are getting ready. It's the second half of the season, and it is go. Away we go as Luke Hartog steps off that pole position. A great start from him, 4 abreast behind, heading into turn 1. This is a real pinch point as the cars come funneling in. It is Hartog and Tenforder who lead the way, the 2 allied cars clearing each other as well. The FAC car behind them, the rest of the cars filing around turns 1 and turns 2. A nice tidy start, but a spinner there, and it's Jonas Greif who's pointing in the wrong direction. So car 44 pointing in the wrong direction. He spins there. Matteo Ferrer-Azar also involved, and also in there Jonas Greif now just recovering in different colours in this brand new car for this event. He rejoins, but the rest of the cars making their way around towards turns 6 and 7. But a good start from Luke Hartog. Larry Tenforder in second, Harry King, Bastian Boos, Maurice Schering, Harry Jones and Harry King. So Harry King not Harry King, Vincent Andronako behind him in the other of the allied racing cars. So they file around the first few corners on the first lap of this race. It is a 30-minute race plus 1 lap. That's Georgi Donchev. He's also been in the battle as he's into the gravel trap. A bit of damage to the number 4 car as well. Now, if he's parked up, this could bring out a safety car because it doesn't look like he's going to go any further. Can he keep it moving? We're having a look here. Leon Köhler there. That's Georgi Donchev locking up. He's got the damage already at that point. Absolutely no steering. And the safety car comes out. So the cars are brought back to a slow single file pace and gives everybody a chance just to take a deep breath, and the safety car out to retrieve Georgi Donchev. The livery on the electric Porsche Taycan Turbo S safety car, which celebrates 75 years of Porsche sports cars. Leads Luke Hartog around, but it's Georgi Donchev who is stranded in the gravel. And he will need to be retrieved for safety reasons. Now, the incident is being investigated. We'll have another look at the start. He was quite a long way back. I'm just looking to see what happened to him. You can see it was 4 abreast at one point, coming in towards turn 1. Then the heavy braking, everybody funneling in to that real pinch point, slightly downhill as well. Great angle as the two Team GP Elite and the two Allied cars coming through side by side. It looked initially like everybody made it. Good view here from Maurice Schöring. You can see that Bastian Buus moved across to block the line. Maurice Schöring going high into turn 1, but under braking, he was always going to have to slot back in behind Bastian Buus. Also, there was Harry King getting involved as well. There's a little bit of contact. And you can see how hard Maurice Schöring's having to fight the car. That nervous first lap where you can make up places where it can all fall apart so easily. And Harry Jones in amongst the battle once again. The Australian driver who's absolutely loving his time in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. And it was Georgi Donchev who got involved with Jonas Greif. So the two cars getting together. And Jonas Greif, who really can't seem to catch a break at the moment. He had a pretty disastrous time at the Nürburgring 2 weeks ago. He's here in a brand new chassis. He had that big impact with Diedo Stifter. And the new car already getting christened in amongst all the action. There was Matteo Ferrer-Azza taking to the grass to avoid it. Mikael Esman also going out wide as well. And Jonas Greif pointing in the wrong direction. So an incident between 44 and 77 is under investigation. So it's Leon Köhler who's also under investigation to do with that incident involving Jonas Greif. So the cars currently behind the safety car. Just looking to see where the Georgi Donchev car is. There is Georgi. No, that's Jonas Greif who's looking, no, it was Georgi Donchev, beg your pardon, who was looking fairly bewildered. His car being lifted from the circuit and brought to safety. So the drivers now running single file, need to keep the tyres warm and the rest of the car cool, weaving to keep the heat in the tyres. So a reasonably clean start for everybody, apart from Georgi Donchev and Jonas Greif. Always expecting drama into that first corner. So having another look. This is around the first sequence of corners. And you could see it was Leon Köhler who looked like he'd got into the back of Jonas Greif. Leon Köhler in unusual colours here. He's in the car that was being driven by Adam Smalley at the last round. And he's now moved across to Proton competition. And it was him who got into the back of Jonas Greif. And the stewards are going to take a look at that. And if there is any penalty that needs to be awarded, they will do that. And we will no doubt hear about that very shortly. But one thing is for sure, Georgi Donchev is out of the race. And his challenge to Soren Spreng in the Pro-Am Championship is taking a big hit. Coming into this race, he was 16 points behind Soren Spreng, with Ahmed Al-Shihab some 14 points behind him. But a non-finish is going to hurt his chances, especially as Soren Spreng is currently leading in the Pro-Am category. He's 16th on the track, but leading in the Pro-Am category. And Ahmed Al-Shihab is second. So his two main rivals, if things stay as they are going to score well in this race. And Georgi Donchev is just left thinking about what might have been. He really is looking for that Pro-Am title. He thought that this year might be his year, but it's been incredibly tough. And with Soren Spreng really stepping up a gear this year, the challenge is even tougher for him. Our leading rookie is Harry Jones. in 6th place with Vincent Andronacco, Gisela Cordil, and just behind him, they are all in the rookie standing, so 6th, 7th and 8th on the track. But leading in the rookie category, Harry Jones. Leading overall, Luke Hartog and Larry Tenforder, his teammate just behind him. So it's still Team GP Elite, 2 Team GP Elite cars, and then 2 Allied racing cars. Harry King, the very, very impressive British driver, who is surely not far away from his 2nd win in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. We've seen him win in the Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup. And it is surely only a matter of time before he's back on the top step of the podium here in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany as well. So the cars still continue to circulate behind the safety car at the moment, while Gilbert Donchev's car is pulled to safety. The gravel traps are quite deep and quite tricky to retreat cars from here at the Lausitzring. But as soon as that car is to safety, we will get going. There is Leon Köhler, who is under investigation for the incident involving Jonas Greif. And as I say, he's taken over from Adam Smalley. Adam, who is such a quick driver and is so strong in Porsche Carrera Cup Great Britain, but has really had a lot of bad luck here in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, has finally handed the car over to Leon Köhler, who is not having much luck himself by the looks of things at the moment, currently in 20th place, having been involved in that incident. And he did start the race with a 5th-place grid penalty as well. That was as a result of having 3 reprimands or black and white flags in the previous round. So he was already on the back foot coming into this race. You can see confirmation, the safety car is in on this lap. So we've had coming up to 9 minutes of this race. So heading towards the 1/3 distance. Luke Hartog in the hot bath sponsored car, leading the way, weaving to get heat into the tyres. Larry Tenforder just behind him. Now, Hartog hits the accelerator. The 2 drivers who exchange an awful lot of data, and Luke, who has learned so much from the master, Larry Tenforder, now using the tricks that he's learned against Larry Tenforder to lead the way, and out onto the pit straight they come. This is the view from Harry King, looking at the back of Larry Tenforder. Across the line they come. We are back under green flag conditions as Luke Hartog, Larry Tenforder takes a slightly different line into the first corner. Bastian Boost taking a little look at Harry King as well. So the various teammates needing to be very careful that they don't get into each other. I tell you who's going to be a danger man. That's Maurice Schöring, who's in 5th place. He's looking eager. He doesn't have a teammate around him. Also Harry Jones there, as well as Vincent Andronacco, Gisela Cordil, Huub van Eindhoven, who has been looking quick, but now to the inside goes Bastian Boost to the inside of his teammate. He makes a bit of contact with Harry King. You can see Harry King fighting to correct the car, but Bastian Boost is through. But Maurice Schöring also following as well. So Harry King getting unsettled. And it's Bastian Boost who comes through into that 3rd place. Maurice Schöring also following. There's also Harry Jones trying to take advantage to the inside of Maurice Schöring into the corner. But Bastian Boost into 3rd place. Harry Jones wrestling that 4th place while he's trying from Maurice Schöring. Schöring finally dropping back in front. But that fight is continuing. Looking to the inside once again. And it is Maurice Schöring just in front in 4th place at the moment. Harry Jones trying to steal the position away. Harry King, who got a bit mugged on that lap, fighting back to the inside of Harry Jones. The 2 of them had quite the battle at Nürburgring 2 weeks ago. That battle is resuming. Along the pit straight they come, side by side, in towards turn 1. Behind them, Vincent Andronacco, the very rapid Andronacco, has a little nudge going into turn 1. Harry Jones getting pushed, also getting pushed is Vincent Andronacco, but he stays on it and he's through. What an amazing move. Vincent Andronacco coming through, Gisela Cordil also following. So Harry Jones is relegated down the order as well. Lots of scrapping going on here in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Brilliant stuff. Now heading into the corner, Harry Jones trying to come back. Gisela Cordil behind him is Huub van Eindhoven. Keep an eye on Alex Tauscher. He's getting involved as well. So Alex Tauscher wants to make his challenge. So as Luke Hartog leads the way, Larry Tenforder, Bastian Boost, that's your 1, 2, 3. Now Maurice Schöring having broken away in 4th place, ahead of Harry King, then Vincent Andronacco, Ariel Levy behind and Alex Tauscher, they're fighting as well. And it looks like Theo Overhaus, who is such an entertainer at Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, coming through the traffic. So Theo Overhaus getting involved. Sebastian Freeman is in there. Alex Fack as well. At the front of the queue is Alex Tauscher, who's leading that little bundle of cars that you can see. Theo Overhaus there is fighting Tauscher all the way. Ariel Levy, he has stepped up a gear this year. He won in Benelux a few weeks back, and he's looking to do the same in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Newfound aggression for the Ariel Levy, the Israeli driver, now along the pit straight as he and Theo Overhaus running side by side into turn one. That's a lock up for Alex Tauscher, and he goes straight on into the runoff area. He is going to rejoin. It's going to be a little way back, so Tauscher now having to weave his way through the tyres. This will feel incredibly painful for Alex. Having locked it up, not only that, but the tyres are going to be flat spotted as well, so there's going to be vibration. You can see the rest of the field coming through. He's actually not lost a massive amount of ground, but he's certainly lost a few places. He rejoins that Sebastian Freeman, who's just come in front of him. So that's 14th place Sebastian Freeman. And Alex Tauscher joins behind them, and he's got a lot of work to do from there to fight his way back through the pack. Zoran Spreng in there as well, and that's the car going wide onto the gravel. Was that Matteo Ferraraza or was it Harry Jones? It was Harry Jones in the Scherer Sport car. He had a wild moment there, kicked it out of the gravel. That's Horst Felix Felbermeyer coming through. What amazing battles going on up and down the pack here in the Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Wonderful stuff. All these cars are the same. They're identical machines. It's all about the setup and driving talent. That's a great view as they come out of turn 11, right up high onto the tri-oval, now onto the pit straight, absolutely flat out towards turn one. And the challenges continue up and down the pack. Huub van Eindhoven looking to the inside and Gisela Cordeel into turn one. Cordeel hangs it out around the outside, couple of wheels on the dirt, but holds on to that position into turn two. He comes a little bit deep into the corner. Huub van Eindhoven now having to follow in his wake. Let's have another look at that lock-up from Alex Tauscher. Theo Overhaus was behind, as was Ariel Levy. And it's Levy who came on top of that battle. This was wonderful. Harry Jones, well, it looked like a drifting show, didn't it? Around the corner he came, sliding around. And this is a view from on board with Maurice Schöring. And you can see the two allied cars getting together. That could make some interesting conversations over lunch. Fortunately, nothing too dramatic going on there at that point. But Harry King did get hung out to dry. And he may have something to say to Bastian Busse about that. Bastian, who has been pretty frustrated this year and really wants to get his championship back on track, having had a number of difficult races. The Porsche Junior fighting hard and currently in that third place. And there was that helping hand. I think that was from Vincent Andronaco, wasn't it? Into turn one. There's bits going flying. And everybody survives. Proper elbows out racing. And this is the view from Alex Tauscher. This is the driver who had the big lockup. There was Ariel Levy there. And looking to the side. And behind them was Theo Overhaus. Ariel Levy looking left and right, but leaves a gap for Theo Overhaus to pull alongside. And then a little bit of contact, a bit of nudging, a bit of rubbing. There comes our race leader. I haven't seen much of him. Look, Hartog, he's got a little over a second from Larry Tenford. And now Larry starting to look under pressure from the Flying Duck in third place. Bastian Busse. It's been a while since we've been able to say Larry Tenford looking under pressure, because he has been pretty dominant for the last few races, but now not looking quite as quick. The black and white flag has been shown to Alex Tauscher for an unsafe rejoin, and a 5-second time penalty has been awarded to Yasin Ferrati for overtaking under the safety car. And that is obviously a big no-no. The stewards having a long look at that and issuing a 5-second penalty, which will be awarded to Yasin Ferrati and added at the end of the race. He's currently in 13th place, so not troubling the leaders at the moment. There are the leaders. Along the pit straight they come. We're past the halfway point of the race. Look, Hartog. Well, the gap has closed down a bit, about 0.3 of a second. And Larry Tenford, you see Alex Tauscher has brought the car back into the pits now, so he is retired from the race after that big moment that we saw, the big lockup. now talking to his engineer, comparing notes. But here come our leaders. Logan Hartog, Larry Tenforder, Bastian Boost in third place. Looking the menacing of the three, to be honest. He looks like he's closing in on Larry Tenforder, putting the pressure on. That's Gisela Cordeal in seventh place. He's got Huub van Eindhoven behind him, challenging for that seventh position. And with no one directly behind Huub van Eindhoven, he has the opportunity to put up a challenge and not lose a position if it doesn't stick. Ariel Levy just a little bit too far back. He has got Theo Overhaus for company, two real fighters, and another fighter behind them, Alex Fack in 11th place. Harry Jones, well, it's not been the most enjoyable race for him so far, I don't suppose. He's down in 12th place after some fairly dramatic laps here in this race 9 of the season. So the battle for 7th, Huub van Eindhoven chasing down Gisela Cordeal, and out of turn 11, out onto the pit straight. They take turn 11 absolutely flat out, and then pick up the slipstream as they head past the pits and into turn 1. That heavy braking, and then the sharp left-hand turn, and it really is a sharp turn, and that is Harry Jones. The back end swapping ends with the front. He spins around into turn 1. He's going to rejoin the long way through the chicane. This is going to drop him to the very back of the pack. Clearly some issues going on with that car. You saw just under braking, the back end slides around, and now he has to weave his way through the tyre barrier and back to rejoin, and that is a long way back, and it's Yasin Ferrati that he rejoins behind. So a long way back for Harry Jones. Let's take another look here. Coming in towards the corner, and look like just issues with brakings or something locking up at the back. The car just swaps ends into the corner, and Harry Jones spinning pretty well unaided. This is a driver who had never even seen the Lausitzring before this weekend, and has come here, is learning the track, is learning the ropes. And I spoke to him yesterday. He said he's really enjoying his time in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. He's loving the tracks, but this is not the experience that he signed up for. Now a long way back in 20th position and out of the points, and a long way back in the rookie standings as well. Logan Hartog continues to lead the way. Larry Tenforder has taken another 10th or so out of his lead. Bastian Boost just keeping Larry Tenforder in sight with 2/3 of the race complete, 1/3 about to be remaining. But Bastian Boost, well, when they cross the line, it is normally about a second back from Larry Tenforder, but Bastian is really closing up in the windy section of the circuit around turns 3, 4, 5 and 6. That's where he seems to be making up the ground. It's along the pit straight though where he needs to be close to make that overtaking move, and it's there that Larry seems to be able to pull out the gap. There's a bit of a space back to Maurice Schöring. He's got Harry King behind him. Harry in 5th place, and that is Theo Overhaus and Ariel Levy. They've been fighting all race long. Ariel Levy in 9th place, now under pressure from Theo Overhaus. Theo, who has been so impressive on his debut in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. He is the respecter of nobody, and he has had 3 wins in the rookie category and a 3rd place. His championship charge has stalled a little bit over the last couple of races, particularly at Zandvoort and at Nürburgring, but he is fighting back. And Ariel Levy, driver who has had a couple of years now in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, also in Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux, and as already mentioned, took his first win in that category at Zandvoort a few weeks back, and has been gaining confidence with that car as he continues. Currently in that 9th place, Overhaus behind, Alex Fack, don't discount him from a good points haul here as well. Alex Fack, another of the drivers who won for the first time in Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup earlier this year, would love to do the same in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. So, Gisela Cordeal in 7th place, Huub van Eindhoven in 8th, then this fight, Ariel Levy, Theo Overhaus, Alex Fack. So, drivers now paying the price for those who have taken too much out of the tyres early on. But Maurice Schöring now looks to the inside of Harry King, coming out of 11. Now, is he going to be close enough to do something about it? Doesn't look like it. So Harry King opening up that gap along the pit straight they come. Here's your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh and eighth just joining there. Look, Hartog looking pretty comfortable in the lead of this race at the moment. Maurice Schöring continuing to pressure Harry King. Wondering whether in all the bumping and banging at the start of the race, whether Harry King has picked up any damage, whether he has any handling issues, because Maurice Schöring is menacing him hard and looking for a position past. He's got about 7.5 minutes plus 1 lap in which to do it. And behind them is Vincent Andronacco. He's dropped back after the early lap skirmishes as well. He's in 6th place. That's the view. Looking back at Maurice Schöring from the perspective of Harry King. In that 5th place, you can see he goes wide. You heard the clatter as he picks up a bit of gravel. Doesn't seem to slow him down too much. But Harry King clearly using as much space up as he can. Here's another look at this. He goes out wide onto the gravel, and that would not have done him any favours at all. You can see damage on the rear of the car. So he said, wondered if there was some damage to Harry King. Well, there's your answer. You can see the left rear is trailing a bit of bodywork. So some of those early lap dramas, and that's Ariel Levy, who's got a problem. There's smoke coming from the car. Now, is that an engine blow? Or is that something that has broken? Whatever it is, Ariel Levy, his race is done. Very wisely, he pulls it to safety, means we don't need to have a safety car, and he gets it well out of the way, so good stuff from Ariel Levy. So suddenly, Levy is relegated from the positions. Theo Overhaus is free to make his charge, so there's Ariel coming from the car, but it looks like something fairly terminal there, doesn't it? And there, is that Overhaus? Yes, it is. So maybe that damage was as a result of the two of them getting together, because Theo Overhaus has also gone. Theo Overhaus goes spinning off into the gravel trap, and that is up near turn 8. So Theo Overhaus and potentially Ariel Levy getting together. We saw them fighting each other, and this will be a real get-out-of-jail-free card for Harry Jones after his dramas in the Rookie Championship. I should think Vincent Andronacco will be rubbing his hands together, because he is now the leading rookie. This will be his opportunity to close in on the top of the rookie standings. There's Ariel Levy looking at his car. So I'm thinking the smoke was potentially from damage for the two cars getting together. It seems likely, doesn't it? And there, Gisela Cordeal in 7th place. He's been defending from Huub van Eindhoven for lap after lap. Now, how much longer can he hold on to that position? The answer is probably not that much longer. It's because Huub van Eindhoven moves to the inside along the pit straight. Now they run side by side. It's a drag race. It's going to be who breaks latest, who keeps it together. I think it's going to be Huub van Eindhoven. He moves through into turn 1, the downhill drop, and he shuts the door, and it's Huub van Eindhoven. He jumps through into 7th place. Alex Vack in the background in 9th place, just a little bit too far back to do anything about it. But Huub van Eindhoven, who has been so impressive here this week in all the free practice sessions, working his way back through the pack, and that is Alex Vack. We said he was a long way back. Well, he's even further now. He's had a spin, and Alex Vack, who is a long way back in the pack, rejoins. Doesn't look like he's got any damage. So the conditions getting the better of some drivers. It is hot. We've got a safety car out now, so it may be to retrieve Theo Overhaus's car. Safety car is deployed, so the race will be brought back to a slow pace once again behind the Porsche Taycan. So let's have another look here at Huub van Eindhoven and Gisela Cordeal. In the bottom of your picture, you could see now Alex Vack. Was he helped around? We just caught the end of that shot, the number 8 car pointing in the wrong direction. And after such a strong run in this race, Alex Vack rejoins a long way down the pack. So safety car is out with about 3.5 minutes remaining. This is a replay of Ariel Levy retiring after his contact with Theo Overhaus, and you can see all the smoke coming from the front, so I'm guessing that's probably damaged steering or suspension. or just bodywork on the tyre. Whatever it was enough to finish the race for Ariel Levy. Such a shame. A driver who has improved so much this year from last year. And that was the end of them getting together. Overhaus, well, he's getting a bit fed up with spinning at the moment. He had such a strong start to the year, but it's going to be another non-finish for Theo Overhaus. And he into the barrier, out near turn 8. Safety car is out, so less than 3 minutes plus 1 lap remaining of this race. Now, the question is, can we get it back under green flag conditions? Depends on how quickly they can get the Overhaus car moved. Here comes the safety car past the scene of the accident, a little bit off camera there. So this gives Loic Hartog a chance just to breathe. And he will be quite happy if this race does finish behind the safety car, because a restart is a great opportunity for those behind to jump somebody in front. And although it's his teammate behind, Larry Tenforder, if he gets a sniff of victory, he is going to take it. So, Loic Hartog is our race leader. Second is Larry Tenforder, ahead of Bastian Boos, Harry King back up to 4th place, Maurice Scheuring in 5th. Our leading rookie is Vincent Andronacco in 6th place. Hu van Eindhoven, good job to him, in 7th place, ahead of Ghislain Cordier after that move. Yasin Ferrati is into 9th place, and Sebastian Freimut rounding out the top 10. 11th is Jan Seifert, and then in 12th place, great drive from Zoran Spreng, our leading Pro-Am driver. He is having another great race, and this will give him an opportunity to really extend his championship lead, particularly with Georgi Donchev not finishing this race. He is in 12th place. Second in the Pro-Am is Ahmad Al-Shihab. He's in 16th place. Horst Felix Felbermeyer on the track is 13th. Janis Stiak in 14th. It's a driver who got his second podium in the rookie standings at the Nürburgring. There you can see confirmation of the rookie championship. So Vincent Andronacco will have the opportunity to close in on that. That is what the points are coming into this. So Theo Overhaus 125 points, Harry Jones with 120. Vincent Andronacco will improve on that 110 if things finish as they are at the moment. Yasin Ferrati also will close in, as will Janis Stiak and Ghislain Cordier. So a lot of drivers are going to benefit, particularly from Theo Overhaus not finishing and from Harry Jones having a tough race of things. Harry Jones, who's currently in 15th place, a long way back on the track. The clock is ticking down, and I see no notification that the safety car is going to come in. So once the clock strikes 0, the cars will complete the lap they're on, and then it'll be one more lap after that. At the moment, they are circulating up around towards turn 11, so the question will be, will they cross the line before the clock strikes 0? I should think Loic Hartog will be wanting to lift off. Unfortunately, he can't lift off too much. He'll pick up a penalty. But here we go, clock strikes 0, and I don't think they've crossed the line before it went 0. So, will we be on to one more lap? Wasn't sure. Yes, it is the final lap. So the clock had struck 0 when they crossed the line. So on to the last lap. This will be great news to Loic Hartog, because all he's got to do now is keep it pointing in the right direction for one lap, and he will take his 3rd win of the season and move himself back into the championship hunt. Larry Tenforder, a great position for him in 2nd place. It's a strong finish for him. Unbelievably, in the 9 races of this season, he has not finished off the podium in any single one of those races. A phenomenal record from Larry Tenforder, so consistent, and that is why he is a multi-champion. That is why he is the most successful driver in the history of Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. And a 2nd place, that will be a points haul, 20 points. And it'll be 25 that goes to Loic Hartog. Bastian Boos, well, he won't be happy about that, because although it's a podium finish, he had eyes on getting past Larry Tenforder and up to his great rival, who he's been fighting with for many laps, and that was Loic Hartog. You can see the confirmation that the race will be finished behind the safety car. Well, the safety car has in fact peeled off into the pit lane, but there will be no overtaking because the cars are now up on to turn 11 and out into turn 12. And on to the pit straight they come. It's Loke Hartog who receives the checkered flag and wins race 9 of the season in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Larry Tenforder in second place. Bastian Boos in third ahead of Harry King, Morris Schering, Vincent Andronacco. A great drive from him, sixth place on the road, but winning in the rookie standings. Huub van Eindhoven in seventh ahead of Gisela Cordiel in eighth, Yasin Ferrati in ninth, and Sebastian Freimut in 10th place. Sebastian Freimut in 9th place, I beg your pardon, and then it is in 10th place Jan Zeifert. Zoran Spreng wins in the Pro-Am Championship. 11th place on the track, a really good run from Zoran Spreng ahead of Horst Felix Felbermayr. So, lots of changes in the various championships. There is your classification. After 20 laps of racing, it is Loke Hartog who wins race 9 of the season ahead of Larry Tenforder, Bastian Boos and Harry King finishing off the podium ahead of Morris Schering, Vincent Andronacco, Huub van Eindhoven and Gisela Cordiel, Sebastian Freimut, Jan Zeifert, Zoran Spreng, Horst Felix Felbermayr, Janis Stiak, Harry Jones recovering to 14th place, but not as much as he was hoping for, ahead of Yasin Ferrati, Ahmed Al-Shihab second in the Pro-Am's Championship, Pro-Am standings, Tim Stender, Alex Fack recorded in 18th place after that spin, Jonas Greif, also another who had the spin in 19th ahead of Matteo Ferrer-Azza, Kai Pfister, Mikael Essmann and Holger Harmsen. The last of the finishers. Our non-finishers were Ariel Levy, Theo Overhaus, Alex Tauscher, Leon Köhler and Georgi Donchev. So, Loke Hartog leading the cars into the pits. A replay, the yellows and the checkers flying. And it's Loke Hartog who wins the race. And his third win in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. He moved up to Team GP Elite this year, and it has been the making of him. Works incredibly closely with his teammate Larry Tenforder. If you're going to have anybody to show you the ropes, you choose Larry Tenforder because he is the master. And there is Zoran Spreng. What a drive from him. Up into 11th place, winning in the Pro-Am, and of course Zoran Spreng, who's also for Team GP Elite. So it is victory Team GP Elite. Shush yourselves, Loke Hartog, and he waves to the many, many fans he has. Larry Tenforder, ever gracious as well, receiving the applause. He'll be pleased with that second place. No grumpy faces from him. Bastian Boos, that might not be the case. I should think he'll be frustrated with third. So Loke Hartog moves up into second place in the standings, relegating Harry King down into third. But it's still 52 points between first and second. That's a very comfortable position for Larry Tenforder to be in with 10, 11, 12, 7 races left of the season. So Larry Tenforder able to just come home in the points, and he doesn't need the race wins, he just needs to be there or thereabouts, and he will be claiming his third championship. There's Bastian Boos, looking a little frustrated, I think. So, congratulations received from Larry Tenforder. And heading out towards the podium. But Loke Hartog, he will be delighted with that. He earned pole position. It was a hard-fought pole position during qualifying yesterday afternoon. He also has earned pole position for tomorrow's race. Now look at that in the Rookie Championship, just 4 points. Vincent Andronacco jumps to the top. I told you it was all changed. Theo Overhaus drops down into third place, having been dominating the rookie standings for so long. And Harry Jones, just 4 points adrift. This Rookie Championship is going to go down to the wire. Really entertaining stuff. We have so many good rookies in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany this year. and it is a fight that will go all the way. But the man who wins overall, Larry Tenforder, makes his way towards the podium. So, let's have a look at some slow-mos. For Allied Racing, Jan Kaspelik's team, Bastian Boos. Third place, well, there's a smile in the graphic. I don't think he will be that happy with that. He's really looking for that first win of the season. That's his first third place of the season. He's had 3 second places. In the second place, Larry Tenforder, continuing his record of finishing on the podium in every race this season and making it his 59th podium in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. But the man who takes his third win in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany does his championship chances no harm whatsoever. Racing for Torsten van Hasteren's GP Elite, it is Luke Hartog. So, brilliant stuff, as always. Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, entertainment all the way. And Luke, who has worked so hard, never rests, always focusing on his racing, always looking at data, was finding the limits in free practice yesterday. We're seeing how close to the wall he could get. It showed me a replay of some on-board footage which saw him brushing the wall. There were some scrape marks on the wing mirror, and he was like, yeah, that's how close I can get, extracting every last thousandth of lap time out of this circuit in that car. And Team GP Elite, the Dutch team, who do such an amazing job preparing the cars. Team Allied, though, fierce rivals. And Team Allied also looking for every last thousandth in their cars. The preparation is phenomenal. In qualifying yesterday, one point it looked like Harry King was going to be on pole, then it looked like Bastian Boos, then it was Luke Hartog. Right, Bastian Boos onto the podium he comes. Third place for him. Still looking for that first win of the year. Second place, Larry Tenforder, his 59th podium in Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, breaking the records in every race. But the biggest smile around the Lausitzring is going to be to that man there from near Amsterdam. It is Luke Hartog on the top step of the podium. And now a representative from Team GP Elite. A familiar face on the podium. And now it'll be time for the national anthem. It's double Dutch on the podium, a Dutch 1-2. What is it about the Netherlands and the drivers they are producing over these last few years? So much talent. And there is Olaf Mante from Manti Racing, a legend in GT racing himself, presenting the third place trophy to Bastian Boos. Hurry Isaac, the project manager of customer sport of Porsche, presenting the second place trophy to Larry Tenforder. And it's Hurry, no, it's Olaf, who is going to present the winner's trophy as well. A legend of the past presenting the trophy to one of the mega stars of the present and the future, Luke Hartog. And Hurry Isaac presenting to Team GP Elite as well. Yet another trophy for the Dutch team. Somebody quickly rushing in with the champagne. Good, better late than never. So, everybody poses for the photographs. And reflects on what has been a fantastic race race 9 for Porsche Carrera Cup Germany. Logan Hartog, well, he's learned that trick, hasn't he? The torpedo launch of the champagne. And he will enjoy that. Tomorrow, he starts again on pole position, but alongside him, he has his fierce rival, Bastian Boos. That is going to be something spectacular as they head in to that first corner tomorrow. Who is going to come out in front? It will be a race to be worth making sure you watch. It will be race 10 of the season. Part 2 of the season is well underway. The headline is, it's Logan Hartog on the top step. Join us tomorrow for race 2. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.